Hello everyone, welcome to Trinity 20. As we continue our theme of emptiness, let us close our eyes and begin with a few deep breaths, just coming into whatever space you're in today, of course physically, but also recognizing the space where you are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, inviting God into all of those spaces and uniting them with our breath. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Let us acknowledge that we are here to practice together wherever we are in order to become closer to God. And we ask you, Lord, instill within us a sense of emptiness that we seek so that we might be filled with your presence. Let us set our intention for today's practice, bringing in that theme of emptiness. What is something that we need to be emptied of? Or perhaps there is an emptiness, a void in our lives that needs to be filled. Whatever it is, release it to the Lord at this time. And when you're ready, release the hands, blink open the eyes. If you're propped up on a cushion, go ahead and scoot that out of the way and gently make your way to hands and knees. We'll be moving through a vinyasa sort of practice to begin and then settling into our yin pose at the end of practice. So just to begin in some cat-cows, moving with breath. Inhale, belly drops toward the floor, chest lifts, heart open. Exhale, belly rises up, head curls in, looking in toward the navel. Inhale. And exhale, moving through this posture on your breath, a few rounds here on your own. On your next inhale, heart open. As we exhale, hips begin to rise toward the ceiling for our downward dog. So just make your way there, knees deeply bent as we move into this first downward dog. If you would like to, option to pedal through the legs, straightening one leg and then the other, or moving it towards straight. It doesn't need to go all the way, just sort of warming up the body with breath. So maybe inhale and drop one heel toward the floor. Again, no need for it to touch. Exhale the other leg. So just again moving on your breath a few rounds here. And then begin to settle into stillness, knees bent or straight. Bring the right knee up above. Bend the knee, open up the hip. And then bring it forward between the hands for a low lunge. We'll move here again with breath. So inhaling, bend the knee. Exhale, straighten or begin to straighten the leg. Again, no need for it to be all the way straight. You can even lift the foot up off of the mat if you would like. Just moving with breath between the low lunge and a sort of head to knee pose. So we inhale, kind of that cat-cow movement, just involving the legs a little bit. So inhaling, heart forward. Exhale, bow the head. Bringing that theme of whatever you had as your intention toward emptiness into this posture. Just becoming that living prayer. On your next inhale, settling into the low lunge. Step back into our downward facing dog. Again, option to pedal through the legs, or you can stay with knees bent. You can move the body in any way here. Maybe bringing in, inviting in some of the cat-cow movements with your back. And these should be really, really, really subtle. Whatever feels nice, just embrace that. Again, inviting this theme of emptiness in, being emptied to whatever expectations you have of yourself, allowing the body and the breath to move us. And then find some stillness. We'll lift the left leg up, bend the knees, stretch into the side body. Bring the left foot between the hands, settling into the low lunge. And we will repeat that movement, moving with breath. So inhaling, heart forward. Exhaling, bowing over the leg. Again, no need to straighten the leg. Just make this very meditative, very prayerful, inviting back in the intention that you brought into practice. Couple more times here. On your next inhale, settling into the low lunge. Let's just take a breath together. Put some weight into the hands. We'll prop up on that back right foot. And we're going to move toward a center fold. So just kind of walk yourself over, squaring up the feet here. And just let's take a forward, wide-legged forward fold here. And begin to move with breath. So again, kind of inhale a half lift. Heart forward, coming up onto the fingertips. You can also use blocks here. Great place to use those. Exhale, fold forward. Knees again can be bent. And inviting in the blocks. If you would like to, just leaning on those blocks, inhaling and exhaling. Just again, moving with your breath, your prayer. Be emptied of any expectation, any judgment, and be filled with celebrating the body, celebrating you as a created individual, God's image. And then settling into stillness, just hang for a moment here. If the knees are straight, bend them ever so slightly. We just don't want to hyperextend. Maybe rotate the head from side to side if that feels nice. Again, inviting in the breath, maybe inhaling and exhaling to opposite sides, but just make this very meditative. What does my body want to do today? And then find that stillness. Allow gravity to just pull the body down. And then carefully, we're going to bring this pose onto the ground. So carefully make your way to a seated position and then open up the legs. So just as we were standing, now we're bringing this down onto our mat in a seated position, and we'll move into the yin part of our practice. So again, coming back to that intention of being emptied, of emptiness, and whatever you brought into your practice today. Couple different options here. This is a nice place for blocks under the knees, and then you can just allow the body to kind of round and fold forward into a nice forward fold. So that's one option. You can also have blocks under the head at any height. Play with them. They're fun to play with and find ways to honor your body. But we're just kind of here in this pose, coming into prayer, inviting God in. Allow the legs to relax, the shoulders to round, the upper body to relax, and just kind of become that embodiment of emptiness. What would that look like in the body to be emptied, or to be willing to be emptied? Just allow the body to kind of come into that posture. Again, honoring whatever shape the body longs to take today. We want some stretching here, but we don't want pinching or pain. This kind of passive approach to our practice, where when we were in the vinyasa flow, we were maybe at a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10 in the theme of effort, and now we kind of rest in this 4 or 5. So it gives you kind of an idea of the effort that we want here. So body is kind of relaxed, but we do feel a sense of discomfort, a sense of stretching. These yin poses are meant to get into the fascial tissue, so this kind of spider web of tissue and fiber all over the muscles that connects everything. Think of it kind of as the World Wide Web of the body, the internet connection of God. So breathing into that discomfort to find God's spiritual presence within us as breath, and just be emptied. And we'll be here for the next 3 to 4 minutes, so really settle in. Bring your intention into prayer. Open up to conversation, both listening and speaking to God. We listen in the way of what arises within us, what thoughts, what emotions, what's going on in the body and in the mind. Pay attention to that and bring that into your prayer.
If the mind wanders away from the intention, just come back to this idea of emptiness. Come back in tune with the breath, inhaling and exhaling into whatever prayer or intention you brought into practice. Put the palms down on the floor and we'll begin to press into them to walk our way back up. Take your time here. The head is last to lift. Bring the legs into your easy seat. Move any props out of the way. Close your eyes when you arrive, palms facing up on the knees or thighs, just in this place of reception. Think of our practice as an emptying of whatever we hold, and now we sit kind of in this place of receiving whatever God has in store for us at this moment. And bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Let us bow our heads and say, Amen. Amen. Thank you for practicing with me. May Christ's peace be with you. Thank you for practicing with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel. For more videos like this one, go to our website listed below. And may Christ's peace be with you.